I won this at a White Elephant gift exchange like 4 years ago. I like stole it, you know, to get it. And I was like, this is mine. So I usually wear it at every like horrible Christmas sweater party. And I bring it down like this and I put a belt on it and I wear black tights. And I pretend to be this guy named Sven. So I'm like, hi, I'm Sven and I'm here with the party. Yoo-hoo! Family! Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's right. I'm a beautiful butterfly. Any other questions about our band or our music? Or are they just all going to be about the sweater? It's cool. Make music too. But that's cool. No? No 10th Avenue North questions? You got one. I mean, it's cool. I can leave.
I just want to tell everybody in here, I met Mike and the group a couple of years ago in Indianapolis, and they're the real deal. He went away from everybody, and I shared this with you earlier. Just to let you know, he prayed for a girl, little girl, and her mom, and just went away from everybody, and that's ministry. And everybody in here appreciates it. Your eyes are on him and not yourself.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, Jesus embraced interruption, right? Like through the Gospels, you always see him, you know, taking people aside from the crowd, and just there's never a person that, you know, especially in these things, no one's even looking you in the eye. They're looking over your shoulder to the more famous person that they can talk to. And Jesus never looked over people's shoulders. In fact, he looked over the famous people's shoulders to find the least of these. And that's just always blown me away, that whatever your job title is, I hope I give just as much attention to the janitor as I do to Toby Mac. Because if I don't, then I'm playing the game. I'm not loving people, you know.
Amen.
Yep. Yes, Deborah?
Are you writing for the next album? You know how much I love your music.
Oh, you're just the sweetest. Do you guys know Deborah Evans Price? Is she not the sweetest? How can you not believe she's the sweetest woman on the planet? I'm just like, come over and let's just bake cookies together, and, you know? I would say I'm always writing. So it's always, I can't turn it off. Ask my wife. I'm like laying in bed at midnight. So I was thinking of this thought, just like, just go to sleep. We'll talk in the morning. So yeah, I mean, nothing official like demoed or anything, but there's a couple songs that didn't make this current record that we really want to use on our next one too, so yeah, thanks. Anyone else? Yeah.
So you guys have a lot of amazing songs talking about your value and the way that the Lord sees you. And something that our magazine focuses on is helping girls understand who they are in the Lord's eyes. So what would you say to people who are struggling with their identity and just can't see themselves the way that God sees them?
Right, like, so what Pink would say, you are perfect, you are worth it. She would say, don't even listen to anyone who says you're not perfect. The problem is it doesn't work, does it? Because you tell yourself you're not perfect. You know, girls have not even just fallen short of other people's idea of what they should be, they've fallen short of their own standard. So when you look in the mirror, that sort of theology doesn't work, that sort of fluffy, just tell yourself you're awesome, you're perfect just the way you are. Everybody knows that's bull. It doesn't work. And so what we have to teach people to do is, it's not going to work unless you look at Christ.
Amen.
It's just not. Like, fix your eyes on Jesus. I mean, fix my eyes. You know, I mean, that's a great song because it reminds us, like, that's it. That's always the answer. I mean, that's the answer tonight for me. Like, even if I'm not fixing my eyes on Jesus, then I'm going to fix my eyes on these awards, and then my value and identity is going to fluctuate whether or not my band wins. And that's not the way we're supposed to operate. Romans 12 says, outdo each other in showing honor. So the reason us artists should be here isn't to win, it should be to honor the other artists. And then you get joy. It's crazy. I get more joy celebrating others than I do people celebrating me.
Amen.
And so I think the way Tim Keller would say, he's a pastor in New York City, he said, the freedom of self-forgetfulness. Because the gospel says you're actually worse than you give yourself credit for. Girls need to know they're worse than they think they are. So they despair of trying to save themselves. And they look to Jesus. But at the same time, what lifts you out of that despair, you're like, oh man, I'm so bad, Jesus had to die for me. You also know I'm so loved, Jesus was glad to die for me. So though you despair at your own wretchedness, you then are lifted up into hope because it's not about you, it's about his love. And so your identity can then be wrapped up. So it causes you not to think low of yourself, not to think high of yourself. You forget all about yourself because you're living in Jesus. So that's what I would tell them.
Thank you.
Yep, cool. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Have a great time back here in this dark dungeon of a press room.